Well, time now to turn things over to meteorologist Juan Acuna for our forecast.
Yeah, and if you're just joining us this morning, look who's back. And it's not Slim Shady, right?
I was going back in black with a little AC/DC.
It's always just so Juan, at 90s, 80s, would you have a generation of music that you like?
I'm more of the 2000s, I guess. That's
The cumbia. Juan likes the cumbia, don't you, Juan? You're a mean dancer on the dance floor, I've heard.
I don't know where you're hearing that from.
All lies?
Wait.
Come on.
Sources say.
Sources say. I can't give up my sources.
Sources
There you
close
go.
to the investigation.
There you go. No cumbias, though, I promise. All right, we are starting off with some fog early this morning. Here's a live look out in Beeville. Look at our Aztec Chevrolet 6 weather bug out there, and you can see some of that dense fog all across the area. And we do have that dense fog advisory until 9 o'clock. And Ingleside is still showing about a quarter of a mile here in Corpus Christi, about a mile and a quarter there, but still about 6 to 7 miles from NAS Corpus Christi out in Port Aransas, and still holding on to about a quarter of a mile for our inland folks right around in Jim Wells County, Orange Grove, Alice, and even down into Fremont and Falfurrias as well. San Diego, you folks are included too. Again, the entire coastal bend, with the exception of right along the coastline down in Kennedy County, has that dense fog advisory until 9 o'clock early in the morning. Here are the current conditions across the region right now. Kingsville, we haven't got your report in just yet. I'll take a look at that here in just a second, but holding on to 63. Very nice here in Corpus Christi. A very nice start to the day, minus the fog. But we're still holding on to the 70s from Port Aransas, Rockport. Again, very light and variable winds, and most of these are reporting some fog across the region with those very, very calm winds all across the coastal bend as well. So as we take a look at the hour-by-hour forecast, even as we head towards the noon time frame, we're going to be pretty close to the 80s there with those east-southeasterly winds right at about 10 to 15 miles an hour. And by 2 to 3 o'clock, the warmest part of the day, we'll peak out at about 85 there. And then as we go into about 5 o'clock, we're back into the upper 70s. So the wind's not going to be too bad. Boaters and mariners, it's not going to be very bad out there for us here. Again, it'll be nice along the water. Just use caution as always. Even at noontime, there are those pretty light winds across the region, and they're going to remain that way for the remainder of the day. Now, early tomorrow morning, we hold on to light and variable winds. Another round of fog is expected for tomorrow. And then as we head into Friday afternoon, just a little bit more of a breeze, but overall not too bad. Still going at less than 15 miles per hour. All across the state, again, cooler up to the north. We're holding on to those temperatures into the 30s up in the Panhandle. That's where some of the really cold air is. And there is a Tropical Storm Theta once again just making landfall earlier this morning, about an hour or so ago. And they're still expecting anywhere between 1 to 3 inches of rain before this kicks off into the northeast and away from that region, hopefully very soon, so they can begin to dry out. But once again, up to the north, there's our next frontal boundary that's taking shape, and those temperatures up to the north, oh, it's brisk and cold up there. It's only 14 degrees in Bismarck, 13 in Casper, 19 in Denver, but look at Amarillo, as I was mentioning, just above the freezing point at 35 degrees there. And elsewhere, if you want the warmer temperatures, we have to head where it's stormy right now. From Raleigh up into Charleston, Jacksonville, those folks are sitting into the middle to upper 70s. Not a whole lot going on right now. Even as we go into the next couple of days, this upper level low is going to kick on down. There you have it. And that's going to be our next frontal boundary as we head on into the weekend. So our 7-day forecast for the next couple of days keeps us into the 80s. A chance of rain with that front late Sunday, and cooler and drier next week. Paul.
Those cumbia dances, huh? Wow. Juan, not bad. You're going to have to teach me how to do that, Paulo. All right.